What's up, YouTube? We're back. It's your boy, Mad Stacker, and we're here to open up some stuff we got in the mail. Hey guys, welcome back. That sounded kind of weird. I know the opening wasn't rehearsed, so I just wing it, and sometimes it gets stuck in my throat. Shouldn't say that either. Alright, so moving on. Slowly but surely. I said surely, not surely. Slowly but surely, the U.S. Mint is sending the stuff I order. Now, you guys have already seen the other video where I believe I got the other one of these already. And that one has already been sold and shipped. Milky LUFC got it. And he got it, if I'm not mistaken, about 60 or 70 bucks cheaper than they go for on eBay. So this is the double reverse proof set. With the Type 1 and the Type 2. So this will go at auction as well, because as much as I think this is cool, this is more for collectors and not stackers. And for me, there's no nostalgia tied to the U.S. silver dollar or U.S. pieces, period. I think there's so many other mints around the world that do much better pieces that I'd rather collect, like Libertads, or all the cool stuff from Niue, or the Perth Mint, or the RCM, or the Royal Mint. I mean, like the Queen's B series. And then part 2 is coming out. You know, the Kraken was released last year, and now the Werewolf is coming out, the 2 ounce, like Creatures of the North or whatever it is, from Canada. Kraken was its first release, and now they've got the Werewolf. Like if I'm gonna spend a little extra premium on something, I'm gonna get that kind of stuff. That's just kind of how that rolls. So now this here is actually another purchase, but this was a purchase from the community. I picked this up from Phillip Thiebjord. I've actually purchased a few different things from him lately, and I had to ask him when I picked this up. I was like, hey, I know I have this coming and that coming, but what did I buy from you before that? And he told me, and I was like, oh, that's right. So I try to put stuff on the spreadsheet when I order it, just so I know what to be expecting in the mail. And it helps me keep track of inventory and things like that as well. But sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll be driving and pick up something, or whatever. And I think that's probably what happened here. I believe I was on the move. He does all these little gap fillers. He don't want any space in that box. He does a good job. Better job than me. You know, when I first started, I didn't really understand the packing, things like that. The very first flip I ever did was a V75. And I actually flipped that to Muscle Shell, who you'll never hear me say a bad thing about. I think Muscle Shell is a great guy. But I ended up having to refund him on that, because when he got it in the mail, the case was chipped. So, you know, of course I would do the right thing and refund his money. I did it immediately. It never even dawned on me to cover the cost of him shipping that back. And he never asked. But I found out yesterday that for almost a year now, he has considered that transaction as me screwing him out of money. So he's got me on the list with all these other bad people in the community. And that was just kind of a shocker to me, which, hey, I'm not going to try to convince anybody that I'm a good person or not a good person or whatever. I let people make their own decision on that. But, in the Bible, it basically says, if somebody's got a qualm with you, you need to approach that person and make it right. Even if you feel like you're right? So, that's kind of like what this situation is for me. So these are some awesome Engelhard bars, guys. So he doesn't have Cash App, and my PayPal has clearly been shut down. So I'm gonna send him a money order. He said he doesn't want me to, but I'm gonna send it anyway because I need to know at the end of the day that that I've done the right thing. It's who I am. It's what I am, and don't get me wrong. I'm nowhere near Muscle Shell's level on. I've seen him do stuff in this community that is beyond belief, but I may not be able to do that kind of thing. But what I can do is stick to my values and make sure I do the right thing. It just kills me. And let me, say this to you guys, and I'll probably bring it up on a live at some point too. There's a lot of bad stuff that happen. Let me rephrase that. There are some very bad things that happen in this community, and those people need to be brought to the center of attention, that sort of thing. But let's not become a community that every time a transaction goes wrong, that we go to public domain as opposed to speaking to the person. And not that going public is necessarily wrong, but and I put this out there to everybody that's out there right now. If you and I have had a bad transaction and there's some sort of resentment from you to me about it, please let me know. I would much rather us make it right and continue a relationship than to have any sort of ill will, especially over $7, right? So it's important that we don't mix up the big scammers and the thieves with miscommunication or no communication or whatever that is, because that kind of stuff is going to happen in this community. And I've had that issue with other people, but it's typically an email or a text message, and you get it straightened out. Everybody gets whatever they need to be happy in that transaction, and you move on and do business again another day, right? So even if it's somebody else, if there's even a small thing that you've been sitting on in your heart and letting that bother you, by all means, reach out to that person and talk to them. And if you're afraid to do that, if I know both of you, let me be a middleman. Let's mend relationships that are broken over small things. There's no reason for that. Because if we all start letting those small little things fester, then when it's time to handle the big things, people aren't going to take that as seriously, because they're going to be like, oh, it's another small thing, right? So let's do the right thing. Let's stick together and keep up the good work, and do not worry about fitting in this community, because we are all mad here.